How we doing today, YouTube? D-Ski from D-Ski Grills back with another cooking video. And today we are pulling out the rib making machine. That is the Gateway Drum Smoker. Folks, we are making two awesome slabs of St. Louis style ribs. We're going to mix up and play with some seasonings today. So that is the hook behind this video. We have the black seasoning. This is by Bearded Butchers. All right, now this has coffee, brown sugar, all kinds of awesome flavors in this rub. But what we're also doing, we're going for a coffee bourbon theme, all right? So I have bourbon powder. Now this, I want to make sure to give props to Cooking with RY or with Rye, because he actually showed this bourbon powder on a brisket cook he did. I got so excited I went right on the site and purchased some. So that's what you see here, bourbon powder. So that's what we're doing today, folks. We're going to use that Gateway Drum Smoker. We're going to hang two awesome slabs of St. Louis cut ribs. We're going to mix up this black powder with the bourbon powder. We're going to have some coffee, bourbon, ribs today on the Gateway Drum Smoker. I appreciate you guys for joining me. You know what we'll do. I'll take you to the cutting board, show you step by step how we're going to season these babies. We'll go outside, do the setup on the Gateway Drum Smoker. I'm thinking we're going to hit it with some cherry wood and then let this baby smoke. And at the end, you're going to check out the most awesome coffee bourbon ribs you've ever seen. I want to thank you as always for joining me, and let's get cooking. Okay, folks, so we are here up close at the cutting board. As you can see, we have two slabs of St. Louis style ribs. We'll get the membrane taken off the back. You've seen that done before. So what I really want to do is spend some time showing you these two rubs, okay? So let's move this to the side. Let's talk first about the Bearded Butchers blend seasoning. So this is the black seasoning. So here's what it says. It says, deep and dark Bearded Butcher Blend Black uses coffee and molasses to immerse your taste buds in full, robust flavor. Perfect for steaks, burgers, roasts, games, and so much more. All right, so this is one of the spices we'll be using. The next one was inspired by another YouTuber that I told you about, Cooking with RY. And as you can see, look at that. That is bourbon powder. I wrote this on here, but it did come in this bag. Look at this stuff, folks. It is in a bag. It came in a bag like this. It's called bourbon powder by Old Town Spice Shop. All right, let me tell you, you can smell the bourbon coming through the bag. All right, now what RY did when he did the brisket cook is he used 2 tablespoons on his brisket, and he pretty much let us know that he wished he would have done maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons. So what I'm going to do for ribs, since it is a smaller cut, I will do the 2 tablespoons, mix that with the black powder, and we'll get these babies seasoned, okay? So let me go ahead and get the membrane removed off the ribs, and then we'll start the seasoning process. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, folks, we are back. We have our ribs trimmed. We took the membrane off the back. I'm gonna move them to the side. These things look absolutely amazing. I trimmed a lot of the fat off the edges, took the membrane off the back, and we'll be seasoning in just a second. So let's work on our seasoning right now. Okay, folks, so we are outside with the rib making machine. That is the Gateway Drum Smoker. This is the 55 gallon. Had this for about 2 years now. Still have yet to find any grill that I own that makes ribs more tasty than the Gateway Drum Smoker. So what I figured, while we're trying out this new blend of coffee and bourbon and things like that, let's put it on the rib making machine and truly shoot for some stellar results. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open it up, and then I'm going to bring you up close and show you the grill setup. But all we're going to be using is Fogo lump charcoal today in the basket. We'll get it fired up. We're shooting for around 250 degrees for this cook, and we're going to hang these babies because it is something special when you hang ribs on this Gateway Drum Smoker. So let's get it opened up. I'll bring you in, take you off the tripod just to show you what we got going on. So here's the setup for today. Okay, there's our basket. I don't have it filled yet. This was from the previous cook. So I'm just going to fill this up with Fogo lump charcoal. And then we're going to put about 4 chunks of cherry. So we're going to infuse this with cherry today. So then we're going to go ahead, get the rib rack out, get these 2 beautiful slabs hung, and start doing some magic out here. So let me back it up. And what we'll do is get back together when it's time to fire up the grill. I'll just load up the charcoal right now. See you guys in a second. Okay. So there's our setup. All right, we are full of awesome Fogo lump charcoal. We're going to come back with cherry chunks once we reach our temperature. Drop those babies right there in on the fire. And then we'll go ahead now and put our hanging rack in too. So we can do that right now. Let's drop that on. So this is how we're going to hang these ribs. This is an accessory, an add-on to the grill. All right, so that's what we got going on. I'm going to get it closed up after it ashes over. We'll let it come up to temperature. Then we'll be adding these awesome ribs. So I got meat hooks inside of the house. So I'll go ahead and hook the 2 slabs of ribs. So when it's time, all we have to do is hang one here, one there, shut this baby down, and let the rib making machine do its job. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, YouTube, we are back, and we are at my favorite part of the video, and that's let's get cooking. So as you can see, we have 2 beautiful coffee bourbon ribs sitting here on the side. We already have the hooks in them. We have our temperature up to about 230, 240 degrees right now. We're going to go ahead and add our cherry, and I went ahead and put in 1 chunk of hickory as well. So we're going with a hickory cherry smoke on these ribs today. So let's get these in. Okay, so here's our chunks. We'll go ahead and just add them right on into our coals. We'll start this infusion process right away. I'm going with a lot of them right on the hot coals to really start getting that smoke going, and then a few others just on the outside that they can catch a little bit later during the cook. Okay, so that's what we have going on. We're going to go ahead and hang our ribs now. Love this smoker. All right, as you can see, there's our hook. So we will go right here on one here. Get this baby hung. And our next one right here. Same thing. Get her on there. Let her start doing her job, right? That's what we got going on. Okay, I'll bring you up close and show you what we have, and then we'll get this baby shut down before it gets angry. So let's get up close and see this real fast. This is it. This is it. This is going to be magnificent. I'm going to shut it down and get back with you guys in about an hour. Okay, folks, we are back. So we are about 30 minutes into this cook. We have the Gateway Drum Smoker right at 250 degrees. We have awesome smoke billowing out of this wonderful drum smoker. What I want to do is open it up for the first time. Let's check in on these ribs. We're going to do some spritzing in about 30 more minutes, but I figured we could just check and see how it's coming along. So let's check it out. Always excited when I get a chance to cook on this wonderful drum smoker. So let's see what we got going on. Look at that, folks. Beautiful. The fire is tamed, as you can see. This is wonderful. Wonderful. Our ribs look really good, too. Awesome color. I'm going to get it shut back down. I don't want to lose this temperature, and I definitely don't want it to spike. We want to stay at this 250 right now and just keep on cooking. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, folks, we are back. So what we're going to use is apple juice and apple cider vinegar. We don't want to taint the taste of these ribs, so we're going to spritz these to add some moisture, get them closed back up. let them go for another maybe 45 minutes, then it'll be time to wrap, okay? So I am using the Mr. Barbecue Mister. Showed you this in the past. Really good way of spritzing your ribs, getting in and out, and getting that lid closed back up. So let's do that right now. You can see the color. These things look beautiful. Look at those ribs, folks. Look at those beautiful ribs. Look at this. Rib making machine, I'm telling you. Rib making machine. Okay, let's get them spritzed real quick. I'll sit you about here somewhere, see if I can't get you close where you can see. All right, we're gonna get at it. Stuff makes ribs they just come out beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, so we'll continue the spritzing process. We're gonna try to get the back as well. Let me move these over a little bit. Want to get in and out pretty quick. You can see the color. The color is unreal. So I'm already liking the color that this bourbon and coffee is putting on these ribs. We're starting to get a little bit of pullback. And this is what it's all about. We're also going to turn it. I like to try to keep this thing cooking as evenly as possible. It'd be nice if I had on gloves, but I am absolutely crazy at times, as you can see. Okay, so we get these things turned around. All right, and we're going to shut this baby down. I'll see you guys in about 45 more minutes, and it'll be time to wrap. Okay, folks, we are back, and we are about an hour and a half into this cook. We are still holding at around 250 to 260 right now on the dial. I want to go ahead and get these ribs pulled to the cutting board, wrapped, and back out here. So let's do that right now. We'll go ahead and get it opened up. These things look great. I can't wait to show you how beautiful they look. This color is unreal. Again, rib making machine. You'll see that in just a second. Look at this rack. Look how beautiful these things are. Okay. I mean, look at the beautiful color. All right, let's get the other one off. Same thing, just beautiful. All right, I'll meet you guys at the cutting board, but before I do, let me set this down real quick. And what we want to do is change out our settings. So we don't need the rib hanging rack anymore. We're going to go with a regular grate when we come back, because we're going to wrap and go right on the grate. Okay, so we'll use our traditional grill grate. Put that in place. I'm going to shut it back down while we go in and get everything wrapped up. And we want to go ahead now. We can actually get our temperatures up a little bit too. So we're going to open up the damper maybe to about halfway, so we can get up to around 300 degrees. All right, I'll meet you guys at the cutting board. Okay, we're back. So we are at the cutting board up close. I want you to see the beautiful color we've already achieved on these ribs. Look at this awesome mahogany color we have. They've only been sitting here for a few minutes, still kind of hot. So I want to get the hooks out first. So get those out. Okay, and we've achieved a little bit of pullback already as well, right? So here we go. We have them right here. I'm going to take one slab and we're going to put it right here on our foil. Just beautiful color. It's absolutely uniformed all the way through. This is what I mean. So the back looks just like the front. These things look wonderful. All right, so no brown sugar this time. Strictly butter. Our sweetness is going to come from the apple juice and the apple cider vinegar, okay? Like I said, I really want to taste the flavor of these bourbon ribs, and I don't want to taint them, or taint them as little as possible is what the plan is. Okay, so we'll go good on the butter. I got to back up, and I'm going to see if I can't make it through the two slabs with this. Okay, and then we're coming back with our mister, all right? And we're going to mist these ribs. Get a good coat of apple juice on here with the apple cider vinegar. All right, that's what we have going on there. All right, let's get it wrapped up. Got one here, and come on back over on this side. Just like that. Okay, and then folks, we're going to do the exact same thing to the other slab. So all I'm doing now is just getting this thing locked down. I want to get it nice and tight. How about this non-stick foil. Seems like it was a mistake. So what I'll do is we'll double wrap. Yeah, this stuff is so busy trying to do the non-stick that it doesn't stick enough. All right, so this is what we have right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use 2. We'll come back with this one as well. All right, we're gonna do the exact same thing to the other slab, and then I'll meet you guys back out there. We're gonna put them back on the grill and let them just start cooking now for tenderness. If you remember, we ramped up the grill, and we did that so we can start pushing on through this cook. Ribs on the drum smoker are not like that traditional 3-2-1 method. You can really be done with ribs in about 4 hours using the drum. All right, so there's one package. We'll do the same thing to the next, and I'll see you guys back outside. Okay, folks, we're back outside. So opening up the intake halfway open took us up to around 280, 270 degrees, which is actually good. We're gonna go ahead and get it opened up now. All right, and if you remember, I put the rack in place. Now we did that because now we're just cooking for tenderness, no more hanging needed. We'll get one slab here, and the next one right here. All right, these babies can hang out. Go ahead and start getting tender. We'll do this for about an hour, maybe hour and a half, and then it'll be time to just let them sit on the grill grate and then just firm back up. So I'll see you guys in about an hour. Okay, folks, we are back. We are 1.5 hours in on having these ribs wrapped and on the Gateway drum smoker. Folks, you saw how beautiful they were before we wrapped. Now we're going to go ahead now. They've been in here long enough. So remember, no 3-2-1 when you're doing the hang method. You don't have to do that. When you hang these babies, you can be done in about 4 hours. So I want to make sure you can see that. And I want you to check out the awesome juices we've already achieved just from having this thing wrapped. So what's important now is going straight for firmness. Now we want these babies to firm back up. We got the pullback we want. I'm going to pull these out. Juices are going to flow. Smoke's going to come up, and we're going to infuse for the final step of this rib cook. So let's flip it out. We're not worrying about these juices. Let them hit that coals and give us more flavor. All right, this is called beauty. All right, that's the smoke I was just telling you about. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's do it one more time with slab number 2. We cook these things with the bone side up, so when we make the flip, they land perfectly. This one almost overcooked. These things are going to fall apart. And that's not what I wanted, but that's what we have. Okay, and that is slab number 2. So once the smoke settles, first off, that smoke is infusing right back into these ribs as they firm back up. This is a wonderful thing. So I want to thank you as always for joining me. We're going to let these things stay here. Once the smoke settles, I want you to just see the beautiful bark we've achieved. Remember, we're talking bourbon, we're talking coffee, we're talking awesome goodness because we made it on the Gateway drum smoker. Once the smoke settles, you can see the beauty. I'll see you guys at the cutting board in about 30 minutes. Okay, folks, we are back. We are at the cutting board, and I want you to check out these magnificent ribs. Look at the bark we achieved. Let's talk about what we did real quick. First and foremost, we made our own rub, okay? I'm going to move this to the side. We're going to talk quick about the rub, even though I know it's painful because these things look so good. We'll get back to these in a second. We use the black seasoning, okay? We use 3 tablespoons of the black seasoning. Now, the black seasoning has coffee, molasses, all kinds of different flavors mixed in it. We use 1 tablespoon of the bourbon powder. And I mean, when I opened it up, this whole house smelled like bourbon. This stuff is strong. It's awesome. We also came back with 2 tablespoons of my go-to, and you guys know what that is. It's the It's Incredible. We mixed all that up, and we put them on our ribs, let them sit, and then we went out and got that Gateway drum smoker fired up. We infused these awesome ribs with cherry and hickory smoke, hung them for about an hour and a half, then we wrapped them for another hour and a half. After that, I showed you guys how important it was to let them rest, take them out the foil, let them firm back up for about 30 minutes. This is the final result. Look at this beautiful mahogany color we have here. I'm going to put one of them on the cutting board. We're going to cut into them and close this video out. Gateway drum smoker. I've told you guys before, it is a rib making machine. Look at how beautiful these ribs are through and through. All right, we'll flip it over and get one cut. Look at this, folks. I am really excited about this. Can't wait to see what flavor profile we get from mixing these 3 different spices together. That's what's going to be interesting to see. All right. They are cutting like butter, of course. the Gateway Drum Smoker. We talk about it all the time. It is a rib making machine, and it hasn't let me down yet, and I don't think it let me down again today. So we'll grab one real quick. Check out this beautiful smoke ring. This is what it's all about. You have a beautiful defined smoke ring. You have tenderness through and through. I can grab this right now. We can come right off the bone if we want. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to my channel. Let others know what D-Ski Grills is up to. And as always, at D-Ski Grills, grilling is not a pastime. It's a passion. I'm going to do a taste test real quick. Okay, these are truly pig sickles. This needs to go on the open market. We can sell them for as much as we want to, folks. These things are absolutely amazing. Try this recipe out. You will not be sorry. Thank you as always for hanging in there with me. Thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Lord have mercy.